Did you know that the majority of deaths after age 75 aren't caused by old age, but by just a handful of preventable issues? We often accept the idea that growing old and passing away is simply part of life's natural rhythm. But what if that belief is costing us precious years? Years filled with vitality, clarity, and independence. The hard truth: percent of deaths after 75 come from just a few causes. Causes that in many cases could have been delayed, managed, or even avoided. It's not fate. It's not destiny. It's decisions made every day, often unconsciously. And by the time we realize what's happening, it's usually too late. The damage is done, the choices are limited, and the clock has already ticked too far forward. But it doesn't have to be that way. In this video, we'll uncover the 5 leading causes of death after 75, the very risks responsible for nearly every fatality in this age group. Some may sound familiar, others might surprise you, but every single one is a doorway, a choice between slow decline or sustained health, between powerlessness and prevention. And here's the key: these causes are not inevitable. You have more control than you've been told. More control than even your doctors might admit. Many people, by making small, smart, and consistent changes, have not only avoided these dangers but gone on to live stronger, more active lives well into their 80s, 90s, and even beyond. So don't click away. Stay with me because this might be one of the most important videos you ever watch. It's not just about statistics. It's about your life, your body, your future. Now let's begin. Number 1. Heart disease. The silent engine that fades without care. Imagine your heart as the steady drumbeat of your life. Quiet, consistent, often taken for granted. But what happens when that beat begins to weaken? Heart disease is the number 1 killer of people over 75. Yet astonishingly, many people don't realize how much influence they have over their heart's fate. The heart isn't a ticking time bomb, it's a muscle. And like every muscle, it thrives on movement, nourishment, and care, or it withers. One of the most dangerous aspects of heart disease is its silence. You often won't feel it coming. There's no early alarm, no flashing light. You just begin to slow down. You get winded climbing stairs. You need more naps. You chalk it up to getting old. But what if those signs are your heart whispering for help? One major culprit: high blood pressure. It quietly forces your heart to work overtime, stretching your arteries and wearing down your most vital organ. Yet it often goes completely unnoticed until the day it doesn't. Until the day it strikes with a heart attack or stroke that changes everything. Another hidden enemy: diet. We live in a world saturated with convenience foods, processed snacks, excessive salt, unhealthy fats. These choices accumulate over decades, slowly narrowing arteries and reducing circulation. But here's what most people overlook. It's not just about cutting out the bad stuff. It's about adding in the right stuff. Your heart needs fuel, real, vibrant, healing nutrients that can actually reverse damage and restore strength. Then there's movement, or the lack of it. The heart is made to move. When you spend your days sitting, your circulation slows, your muscles weaken, and your heart is left idle. You don't need to run marathons. You don't need to hit the gym. Simple walking, gentle stretching, even chair exercises. They all matter. They all help. And perhaps the most dangerous belief of all: that heart disease is inevitable. That if your parents had it, you will too. That age guarantees a weak heart. But none of that is true. Genetics play a role, yes, but they're not your destiny. Your daily choices are: what you eat, how you move, how you manage stress. These are the real determining factors. So if you remember one thing, let it be this: you have far more power over your heart than you think. Start today. Eat something nourishing. Go for a short walk. Take a deep breath. Every small step strengthens the beat that keeps you alive. Number 2, falls and injuries. The hidden threat that strikes without warning. Now let's talk about something most people never see coming, until it's too late. Picture this. You're walking to the kitchen for a glass of water. You step on a rug. You lose your balance. 1 second you're upright, the next you're on the floor, unable to move, wondering what just happened. Falls. They seem so minor until they're not. For people over 75, a single fall can trigger a chain reaction that leads to loss of mobility, independence, and tragically life itself. You may be surprised to learn that falls are one of the top causes of injury-related deaths among seniors. Millions of older adults are rushed to the ER every year for fall-related injuries. Hip fractures, head trauma, internal bleeding, and often what begins as a stumble ends in a spiral, long hospital stays, infections, complications, and sometimes never going home again. And here's what makes it worse. Most people don't see it coming. Aging happens gradually. Your balance slips a little. Your reaction time slows. Muscles weaken just a bit. But you still feel fine. You go about your routine until one small moment changes everything. Even more tragically, the fear of falling leads to more falling. After a near miss or injury, many seniors become afraid. They stop walking. They avoid stairs. They sit more. They move less. But the less you move, the weaker you become. And the weaker you become, the higher your risk of falling. It's a vicious cycle, one that steals strength, confidence, and independence. But here's the empowering truth: falls are not inevitable. There are simple, powerful things you can do right now to protect yourself. Remove tripping hazards like rugs or clutter. Install grab bars in the bathroom. Improve lighting throughout your home. Invest in well-fitting shoes with non-slip soles. Practice balance exercises like standing on one foot or gentle Tai Chi. Most importantly, keep moving. Walk, stretch, use resistance bands, lift light weights. It doesn't matter how slow you start, it matters that you do. Because every movement builds strength. Every step rebuilds confidence. Every day you stay active is a day you protect your independence. Sometimes it's not a dramatic fall that leads to trouble. It's the small, silent factors we often ignore. In the previous section, we saw how simple changes in our environment and daily routine can prevent devastating injuries. But beyond external risks, what happens inside our body can be just as dangerous, if not more so. Let's talk about something often underestimated: balance and strength. Strengthening your legs and core doesn't just help you move better, it's a form of protection. When your muscles are strong and stable, they become your natural defense against losing your balance. It's like reinforcing the foundation of a house. The stronger the base, the steadier everything else. But it's not just about hitting the gym. Even gentle exercises done regularly can dramatically improve your posture coordination and ability to react quickly to stumbles. Staying active keeps you steady, and that steadiness can mean the difference between a close call and a life-altering fall. At home, even the smallest adjustments can have an enormous impact. Imagine walking through a hallway at night. One flicker of light or one loose rug could change everything. Installing better lighting, securing rugs so they don't slide, and adding handrails in key places like staircases or bathrooms, these aren't just handy features, they're silent guardians. They can be the invisible heroes that allow you to live independently, safely, and confidently in your own space. Then there's another hidden culprit: medications. So many prescriptions, especially as we age, come with side effects. We might not think twice about dizziness, drowsiness, fluctuations in blood pressure. But those seemingly mild symptoms can lead to a dangerous fall. Ever stood up too fast and felt the world tilt for a second? That light-headed moment is more than just a head rush. It's your body's alarm bell ringing, telling you that something's off balance. That's why it's so important to have open, honest conversations with your doctor. Ask how your medications might be affecting your stability. Are any of them working against each other? Are there safer alternatives? Being proactive here could literally save your life. Because falling isn't just about tripping, it's about staying alert, staying strong, and staying ahead of the risks. It's easy to think I feel fine now, so I don't need to worry. But after 75, one fall, just one can change everything. A broken hip, a long hospital stay, a sudden loss of independence. The good news: most of these outcomes can be prevented. It starts with awareness, with action, with paying attention to the little things that together build a foundation for lasting health and autonomy. Taking the right steps today, whether it's exercising more, adjusting your home, or reviewing your medications, could add not just years to your life, but quality and freedom to those years. And if you're still watching, it means you care deeply about your health or someone else's. Please leave a comment below with the number 2 to let us know you're here and engaged. It really helps us keep creating valuable content for you. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any life-changing insights like these. Now let's continue. Number 3, respiratory diseases. Breathing something so automatic we hardly ever think about it. That is, until it becomes difficult. As we grow older, our lungs naturally lose some of their efficiency. It's a quiet decline that often goes unnoticed until something small turns serious. What starts as a mild cough or slight shortness of breath can quickly spiral into chronic conditions, infections, or even hospitalization. In fact, after age 75, respiratory illnesses become one of the top causes of death. Not because they're unstoppable, but because we often ignore the early warning signs. Take COPD, for example, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It includes conditions like emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Over time, inflammation narrows the airways, making each breath harder to take. Yet many seniors wave off symptoms like coughing, wheezing, or breathlessness, chalking them up to just getting old. But those aren't just signs of aging, they're red flags. Your lungs are trying to tell you something. And then there's pneumonia. It might sound like just another common infection, but for older adults it's far more serious. A simple cold or mild chest congestion can escalate into a life-threatening condition. Why? Because as we age, our immune system becomes less effective. It doesn't bounce back the way it used to. Pneumonia is one of the leading causes of hospitalization for people over 75, and for many, the road to recovery is long and uncertain. Some sadly never fully recover at all. But the danger doesn't stop at disease. Air quality plays a major role too. Years of exposure to pollution, dust, or second-hand smoke take a toll often without us realizing it. Even within our homes, invisible threats like mold, pet dander, or household pollutants can aggravate breathing issues. And for those already managing conditions like asthma or COPD, poor air can turn a manageable problem into a medical crisis. The solution: small mindful changes. Use air purifiers. Avoid smoking or being around smoke. Keep your home clean and well ventilated. These steps may seem minor, but they can significantly protect your lung health. And here's something many people overlook. Exercise matters for your lungs too. Movement helps your lungs expand fully, clearing out mucus and keeping them strong. When you stay seated for long periods, your lungs don't get the same workout. That inactivity can lead to weakness, infections, and reduced lung function. Even gentle activities like walking or stretching can keep your respiratory system more resilient. Finally, one of the simplest yet most effective protections: vaccinations. Many seniors underestimate the power of getting vaccinated for pneumonia, flu, or other respiratory illnesses. But staying up to date on vaccines can reduce your risk of severe infection and hospitalization dramatically. Breathing should never feel like a battle. Yet for many people after 75, it does not because it has to, but because they didn't act soon enough. Your lungs are with you every second of your life. Taking care of them is one of the most powerful ways to extend not just your years, but the freedom and vitality within them. Now, let's move forward to number 4. After learning about strokes and how crucial early action is, it's time to explore another challenge that quietly reshapes the lives of many in their later years: cognitive decline. One of the most heartbreaking parts of aging isn't something you can see or touch. It's the slow fading of the mind, the quiet loss of memory logic and independence that creeps in over time. Cognitive decline doesn't announce itself with flashing lights. It arrives in whispers. You forget where you placed your keys. You struggle to recall a familiar name. At first, these moments feel harmless, just part of getting older. But slowly, they begin to stack up. Eventually, what were once minor lapses turn into significant struggles. The ability to manage daily tasks fades. Recognizing the faces of loved ones becomes harder. Making sound decisions feels overwhelming. For many seniors, this isn't just a frustrating experience, it becomes life-threatening. Diseases like dementia and Alzheimer's don't just take away memories. They compromise a person's entire well-being. As cognitive function declines, so does the ability to care for oneself. Taking the right medications, eating balanced meals, and recognizing early symptoms of illness, all of it becomes more and more difficult to manage alone. And the impact is far from just internal. For instance, seniors suffering from dementia often forget to stay hydrated, leading to dangerous levels of dehydration. Others might skip meals without realizing it, or eat excessively, causing nutritional imbalances, weight gain, or unintended weight loss, all of which raise the risk of other chronic conditions. But perhaps the greatest danger of all accidents: forgetting to turn off the stove, leaving the house doors unlocked, wandering outside in unsafe weather or traffic. These are no longer simple mistakes, they become life-threatening scenarios. And sadly, many older adults lose their independence because of these escalating risks. Once they're no longer able to safely live on their own, their overall health often takes a rapid decline. What's most frightening is that cognitive decline usually goes unnoticed in its early stages. Subtle signs like forgetting names, losing track of conversations, or misplacing important items are often brushed off with a laugh or a casual, "I'm just getting old." But the truth is, those are your brain's early warning signs. It's trying to tell you something is changing, and the sooner you listen, the better your chances of slowing that change. So what can you do? First, keep your brain active. Just like your body needs exercise to stay strong, your brain craves stimulation. Reading, solving puzzles, learning a new language, or simply engaging in thoughtful conversations. These all act like workouts for your mind. They help keep your neurons firing and your memory sharp. And here's something many people underestimate: physical activity is just as important for brain health as mental activity. When you move your body, you increase blood flow to your brain. This improved circulation nourishes brain tissue, helping to preserve memory and cognitive clarity. Even a daily walk can make a difference. Social connection plays a powerful role too. Isolation and loneliness don't just make people feel sad, they actually accelerate mental decline. Regular conversations, shared meals, visiting with friends, or even joining a local club can provide the kind of meaningful interaction that keeps the mind sharp and the heart full. After all, our brains thrive when we stay connected. And don't forget diet. What you eat feeds more than your stomach, it fuels your brain. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and essential vitamins, like leafy greens, berries, and nuts, act as protection against mental decline. On the flip side, processed foods, excess sugar, and unhealthy fats trigger inflammation, which can damage brain cells and increase the risk of dementia. A healthy brain begins with a healthy lifestyle. The choices you make today, no matter how small, shape how you think, feel, and function tomorrow. And losing cognitive function doesn't have to be an inevitable part of aging. You have more influence than you think by taking the right steps, keeping your brain and body active. Staying socially connected, eating well, you can significantly reduce your risk and maintain clarity, confidence, and independence for many years to come. Think of your brain like a muscle. The more you care for it, the stronger and more resilient it becomes. Let's take a moment to reflect. We've covered 5 major causes of death after the age of 75. Heart disease, falls, respiratory issues, stroke, and cognitive decline. Each one is serious, each one is real. But here's the empowering truth: they are not set in stone. These aren't just medical conditions that happen randomly. In many cases, they are outcomes shaped by daily habits, choices, and awareness. Most people underestimate just how much control they actually have, and by the time they realize it, it's too late. But you're here. You're watching. That means you're already taking the first step. Awareness gives you power, and with that power, you can protect your future. So here's a question for you. What small change can you make today? Maybe it's choosing a healthier snack, calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, taking a short walk around the block, or finally scheduling that checkup you've been putting off. You don't have to do everything, but doing something, starting somewhere, is the key. Your well-being is the foundation for everything else in life. The more you invest in it, the longer and better you can enjoy the people and moments that matter most. Every day is a new opportunity. Every decision is a chance to shape your future, and you're not alone. We're here to guide and encourage you every step of the way. If you're still with us, and this video has offered something of value to you, drop a number 4 in the comments below. Let us know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future content. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us keep creating more videos that inform, inspire, and empower. Now let's move forward.